ahead and get started then. I turned on live transcription, so I think if you want to be able to see speech of what I say, you can turn that on in your settings as well. Is there anything in particular you would like to stretch or move through today?
Shoulders.
Shoulders. Okay.
It's
Okay.
always
Front
for
of
me.
shoulders, back of
Back,
shoulders,
back of
back of
shoulders,
shoulders.
and
Okay,
into the
great.
neck. Yeah,
Got it. Okay. All
thanks.
right. Well, we'll start standing then. And just to take a moment to clear our heads and come into this, you can find a comfortable standing position and feel your feet root into the ground and take a quick scan of your body all the way from the bottoms of your feet, working up your legs. If standing isn't comfortable or not available to you right now, sitting is also fine for this. Let the scan just work all the way up through your hips and your torso, letting yourself extend a little bit taller as you stand. And then bring your attention up through your neck and to the top of your head. Take a few shoulder rolls back, letting your shoulders come forward, up to the ears and then down. And then we'll begin, open your hands up towards the ceiling. And take your arms out to cactus arms. Stretch your elbows like they're trying to reach back towards each other. Chest works up towards the ceiling slightly for a little back bend. And then exhale, bring your arms together in front of you, rounding through the upper back. So inhale, open up for this like cactus cow position. Exhale for the cactus cat. Keep this moving on your inhales and exhales. There might be a little bit of movement through your middle back and low back as well here, but see if you can focus the arch and rounding through your upper back. Knees might bend a little bit here to help you stabilize. Matching breath to movement. Next time you're open up, pause here. Circle sweep your arms up towards the ceiling and exhale, forward fold. Take a nice big bend in your knees. Take your feet out wide. You can pause here or grab opposite elbows with your hands and just hang for a little ragdoll, letting the weight of your hands help stretch out the top of your back a little bit more, maybe swaying from side to side. Head and neck are heavy towards the ground. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Inhale, hands to shins for a little halfway lift, stretching out through the hamstrings. Exhale, release. Bend your knees a lot and roll slowly all the way up to stand. Take your feet nice and wide. Exhale, sink your hips back for a squat. Arms come out in front of you for a little counterbalance. And inhale, rise. Exhale, hips sink back for a squat. A few more of that movement. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hips sink back. Lifting up, pressing into the feet. Exhaling, dropping the hips back, deeply engaging the core. A few more of that movement. One more time in that low squat. Pause here if that's available to you. Maybe take a couple pulses, squatting a little bit lower and raising the seat up and down. Exhale, hands to the ground, forward fold. Turn to face the top of your mat if you're not there already. Step your right foot back and then your left. Knees can come to the ground, moving into a bit of a supported plank position. Exhale, lower your body all the way to the ground. Inhale, let your chest raise off for a little cobra. Exhale, lower your chest to the ground, press back up into tabletop. Take some C curves of your spine here. On an exhale, glance over your right shoulder. Let your hips sink over to the right so you're curving your body like a C. And then switch to the other side. Some side to side movements here, stretching out the lateral movement of your back. One more time on each side. Pause in the middle here. Tuck your toes under. You can keep your knees on the ground and sink them back for another supported plank, or lift your knees off the ground. We'll pause here for a moment, engaging the core, activate your shoulders. A little bend in the elbows can help engage your arms more here. Press all 10 fingers into the ground. And exhale, put your hips up and back behind you for a little downward facing dog. You can walk out your heels one at a time. Straightening out one leg, bending the other, and then alternating. Inhale, sweep the right leg up and back behind you, pull it into the chest and drop it down. For a little high lunge here, you can bring your arms up to the sky, engaging the legs together, working them towards the midline. Exhale, take your hands to the ground, step your left foot forward to meet your right in that forward fold. Take your feet wide again. We'll move into another series of squats. Feet wide, hips sink down. Inhale, rise up to stand. Exhale, squatting. Inhale, lift. A couple more, engaging back each time. You can take another round of pulses to the ground then. On our next time down, we'll pause. Can stop here, or maybe play with sinking onto the toes, letting the heels lift off. Rocking forward, lifting up the heels, engaging some more parts of your legs. Maybe you pause on your toes if you're playing with that lift for a little bit of the balance. And inhale, rise up to stand. You can try to do that on your tippy toes. Inhale, arm sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. This time, take the arms back behind you for a little shoulder rinse. Stretching the hands out over the head, letting them reach. You can always grab an article of clothing or a towel if the hands don't quite reach behind you. Exhale, release the hands to the ground. This time, just step back the right leg, moving into a high lunge on the other side. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Engaging the legs as if they're working together towards the midline, like they're trying to squeeze in towards each other. Exhale, hands come around the left foot, step back into that plank. Always the option to keep the knees on the ground for a little more support here. And exhale, bring the knees onto the ground. Inhale, sweep the arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we'll thread the needle, taking the right arm under the left arm. Letting your head come towards the ground, right chin or cheek to the mat. Stretching out the back of your right shoulder, the whole right side of your back body. Take a moment here to focus on a few deep, full rounds of breath. Letting your body sink into the mat on each exhale. And walk your left hand in towards your head if you moved it out, coming back up into a tabletop, little cat-cow here. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chin. Exhale, round it out. Another round just to help reset your spine here. And then inhale, send the left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Left shoulder comes towards the mat. Left cheek can come to the mat. Right hand can stay near your head or walk out overhead to help deepen the stretch. A few more rounds of breath here. See if you can soften a little bit more on each exhale. And walk your right hand in towards your head, pick up your left hand, set it down. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up behind you and place your right foot just in front of your left. So it's right heel to left toes. Sweep your left leg up. Step your left foot just in front of your right. We're taking some little baby steps up towards the front of your mat or the floor, wherever you're standing. Using these to stretch out the whole back body, the back of the legs. Once you get to the top of your mat, bend your legs. Maybe bend one and the other, alternating, shaking out the hips. Bend your knees very deeply and inhale, sweep your arms all the way up as you stand. Arms come up overhead. From here, bend the knees slightly, take your arms out to cactus and just take some gentle twists here, starting off nice and slow without forcing it. You can come onto the opposite foot each time you twist. So when you twist to your left, coming onto the right toes. When you twist to the right, coming onto your left toes. And then can add in a little squat here when you come through the middle, just to engage the legs, get the full body working. From this cactus arm position, you can let your arms just kind of flop around here. Twisting out the full torso, letting the shoulders relax here, letting the arms move in a way that's a little bit different for them, engaging the legs. A little bit more of this, a few more times on each side. You can come a little bit more slowly then, until you just gently come back to center. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Take the right wrist in the left hand, take a little stretch over towards the left side. Another little stretch on the other side, taking the left hand in the right, stretching over towards your right side body. And then let the arms come to rest by your side. Take another moment here to feel your feet on the ground. Find a stance that's comfortable for you, where you feel supported and strong. Rock back on your heels and then onto your toes to find a spot in the middle of your foot where you feel balanced and steady. Thank yourself for taking the time today to give yourself some movement and take care of yourself. All of these little stretches and all of these movements you can always do on your own breaks as well, to help increase blood circulation throughout the day, help you feel better, help you think better. Bringing our attention to our breaths just for another minute or so. Notice your inhales and exhales. You can let your eyes soften or close completely, if that helps you steady your focus. Can be a nice time to take a head circle or two as well. Dropping the right cheek over to the right shoulder, circling it down, chin to chest, and then lifting the left cheek over to the left shoulder. A few gentle half circles. As you're ready, you can let your eyes open again. Take a few steps to relax. And thank you for joining me today.